It's Thursday, January 22nd, 2026, and somehow my editing timeline just gained the ability to lie, like politely. Welcome back to Blue Lightning Daily. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley, and yes, this episode is fully machine-made. Like, if you hear us breathe at a weird time, blame the robots. Or don't. We're keeping it.
Today's main story is Adobe pushing Firefly deeper into Premiere Pro and After Effects. And the vibe is not AI toy box, it's AI inside the timeline where the pain lives.
Adobe said, you know that moment when you're missing one dumb shot and the whole edit stalls? Yeah, they're coming for that moment.
Exactly. The headline feature is Generative Extend in Premiere. It can extend the beginning or end of a clip, and Adobe says it can extend video and audio, supports 4K, and supports vertical.
Which is so targeted, because creators don't need, make me a movie. They need, my cut is 2 seconds short, and the client wants the logo to land exactly on the beat.
Thank you. This is the boring stuff, and boring is where the money is.
Wait, hold up. Say that again. Boring is where the money is?
Yeah, the first boring task AI should kill forever is padding. Like that little gap at the start of a clip where you need a breath, or the end where the talent stops talking too fast, and you're out here doing micro speed ramps like a raccoon fixing a watch.
I'd argue just one more version is the real villain, because AI in the timeline is going to make clients think revisions are free.
Oh no. You're right. This update is either going to make editors faster or make clients request infinity versions because now they can smell blood in the water.
They're going to be like, can we see it with a slightly more premium vibe?
Can we see it with a slightly more dopamine?
Can we see it, but like more TikTok, less documentary?
And you'll be like, sure. And Adobe's like, sure. And then you look up and it's midnight.
But okay, Generative Extend. This is basically Adobe giving you a time machine for coverage you didn't shoot. Which is amazing, but also, where's the ethical line? Because fixed pacing can slide into quietly rewrite reality.
Yeah, like if you extend a reaction shot, you can change the emotional truth of a moment. That's not new. Editors have always had power, but AI makes it frictionless.
Exactly. If you extend someone's facial expression and it looks natural, you can unintentionally create a totally different vibe. Like, wow, they really lingered on that smirk.
My rule for creators, use Generative Extend like seasoning, not like a new ingredient. If it's just filling a gap so your transition works, cool. If it changes what the person did, pause.
And for brands, just keep it simple. If it could affect trust, don't be cute. Use it for timing, not for meaning.
Okay, also in Premiere. Object Mask, AI-assisted subject isolation and tracking. Adobe's positioning is basically masking should feel less like punishment.
Masking is literally punishment. Masking is like when the universe checks if you've sinned.
Facts. Object Mask is meant for blurring faces, isolating subjects for selective grading, putting effects on a moving element, and handling revision notes without a full After Effects round trip.
The real win there is less bouncing, because the true enemy is not hard work, it's context switching.
Yup. Adobe's doing fewer app hops, fewer exports, fewer download, rename badly, re-import, realize it's the wrong aspect ratio, repeat until morale improves.
That line is painfully real. My desktop looks like Final V7 really final. Use this one .mp4.
And Adobe also claims the redesigned shape mask tracking can be dramatically faster, like up to 20 times faster in some cases.
Which sounds like a press line, but even if it's half that, if it saves you from keyframe soup, that's a win.
Riley, what do you think the new punishment becomes if masking gets easier?
Oh, easy. Quality control. Like, the AI will mask 90% right, and that last 10% will be in the most embarrassing place possible. Like a hairline, a sleeve edge, an earring. The place your audience will stare at because humans love finding mistakes.
Also, provenance and legal, because once you start generating or extending inside the edit, somebody's going to ask, did we change anything material?
And also, explaining to a stakeholder why the background subtly changed. Like, why is there a plant that wasn't there?
Right, it's not that the tool is bad, it's that production is a minefield.
Speaking of production surviving reality, this ties to what we've been talking about all week. Like Sora 2 turning into a swipeable discovery feed with remixing. That's inspiration to iteration at social speed.
Totally. Sora's like make creation feel like scrolling. Adobe's like make creation feel like Tuesday.
And then there's the whole ChatGPT is testing sponsored messages situation. The vibe across the ecosystem is clear. Platforms want to be the place you create and the place you get influenced.
Which is why Adobe's move matters for creators and marketers. They're not trying to win the coolest demo. They're trying to win the daily workflow.
Also, little shout out to the open source crowd. That GLM image release we covered is all about marketing-grade visuals with better typography and layout. Meanwhile, Adobe's pushing the opposite direction. Not new model, new place, but put the magic where people already work?
Exactly, and now After Effects. This is sneakily huge. They added native 3D parametric shapes, improved vectors like SVG import as native shape layers, better gradients and transparency when converting Illustrator layers, Substance 3D materials access, and variable font animation.
Hunter, as a design gremlin, are you excited or are you scared? Because this smells like we're saving motion designers' wrists, but also, do we still need specialists?
Both. Like, I love anything that removes tedious setup. If SVGs come in clean and editable, that's less time doing weird conversion rituals. But I don't think it deletes specialists, it just raises the floor.
I agree, mostly. The risk is managers hear native 3D shapes and think, cool, the intern can do it.
Yeah, and then the intern is crying into the render queue. Because taste and timing and typography and compositing still matter. The tool reduces friction, it doesn't give you taste.
Also, real talk, these tools make it easier to do motion good enough inside After Effects without a whole pipeline. That's going to help small teams, solo creators, and scrappy agencies a lot.
100%. The average video team right now is like one editor, one designer who is also the editor, a producer writing copy, and a Slack channel that never sleeps.
Can you just remove that thing? Is the national anthem.
Okay, I want to bring in the internet chatter angle for a second. Some creators love Generative Extend because it feels magical. But there's also been pushback from pros about cloud processing and NDA footage.
Yeah, if you're cutting unreleased brand stuff or anything sensitive, you need to know what's happening to your media. Adobe's been emphasizing on-device processing for some AI features, but creators should still check what's local versus cloud for their exact workflow.
And the UX matters. People can smell when AI adds friction. If you have to prompt 30 times, you didn't save time, you just moved the work into a different box.
That's my big thing. If AI is in the timeline, it needs to feel like an editing tool, not like a slot machine.
So, practical creator advice. If you're a solo creator or marketing editor, what should you actually do with this update?
Use Generative Extend for tiny timing fixes, not full story changes. Use Object Mask for high-volume stuff like face blurs, product highlights, selective grade, and build a habit of watching your output like a skeptic.
Love it. I'd add treat AI like an assistant editor who's fast but impulsive. Let it do the first pass, then you do the taste pass.
Ooh, fast but impulsive is literally me.
You said it, not me.
Before we go, caption this update as a meme. Go.
When the client says we need one more shot, but Adobe says no, you don't,
Mine is Premiere Pro just learned how to gaslight time.
that's unfortunately accurate.
All right, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging with us on Blue Lightning Daily, the fully automated, slightly chaotic experiment where the robots do the work and we take the blame.
Go check out bluelightningtv.com for AI news and updates that actually matter for creators.
And subscribe, because if the timeline can generate new frames now, imagine what it'll generate next.
Catch you next time.